Well. Welcome to episode 16 of Live from the Landline. Um, I'm glad to have you guys here. I just want to do a quick little intro, little housekeeping for you. Nothing new on this end. Of course, join the Patreon, like and subscribe. We'll get you a sticker, the whole shebang. Also, put out a little flare, shooting a flare in the sky now, guys. If you have a cool topic you want to come and talk to us about, or you think you're versed enough to come on and throw it down, please hit me up. You've got my Instagram, DM me, comment on the Facebook post, comment on the YouTube post, whatever. We would love to hear other people's conspiracies and other people's opinions about conspiracies. Even if you don't believe in conspiracies, let's talk about that. Yes, I just wanted to extend that offer to everybody. Please, I want to hear from a lot of you. Let's get you on. Let's do some scheduling. Let's get some guests. All right, folks, you guys enjoy this one. We'll see you.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've been waiting for. It's episode 16 time.
Yes, sir.
Avery, how you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I am good. I'm doing all right. I'm at home, fucking laid up right now on leave because I got bit by a dog real bad.
Yeah.
And he got me right behind the knee. Ruined my whole day.
Yep.
But hey, man, that's life.
Yeah. Throw that on there for now. Yeah, I'm
Hell
glad you
yeah.
told the pod about it. It's a good content, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I figured I was telling you about it beforehand, but I can't miss out on good content for the people. I
Yeah.
got to let them know what's going on over here and let all the other dogs know I don't go down with one bite, bitch. You're going to hit the king. You better kill the king. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much.
Yep. Did you like send your dog out to go and get revenge?
Yeah, I keep my dog in
Like,
my pocket like a Pokemon.
yeah.
And he started biting. And I was like, Venus, go.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
But yeah, so that's what I've been doing the last 2 days. Doctor's appointments, and it happened at work. So it's like all the corporate work, like mumbo jumbo and bullshit, the hoops you got to jump through and paperwork you got to fill out. But
Yeah.
I think I'm through the worst of it. Now I'm just letting this bitch heal up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Antibiotics.
they want to put me on a script. I don't know if I want to take antibiotics.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about it. I think
Oh,
I just don't want it to fuck my immune system up. I've been
yeah.
sick like 3 times in the last 2 months, and
Oof.
it's not bad, it's just like a sniffle, but I can
Yeah.
just tell like something's trying to attack my immune system. And if I take an antibiotic and flush my immune system out, then that cold might come back and actually do some damage. I don't want to. I don't know. I drink too
Totally.
much vitamin C and I do enough vitamins to make myself healthy otherwise. So I don't.
You'll be fine. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Unless it
Yeah.
starts getting really bad, then I'll go in and grab some antibiotics from him.
Yeah.
Like I said, he wrote a script. I just haven't filled it.
Yeah. Yep. Every time I take them as well, it gives me like really bad headaches. I feel head high almost.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not to
that's
mention
another
the
thing I was
stomach
worried
aches
about.
too.
Well, and he told me, I was like, is there anything, if I'm going to be taking antibiotics, anything I should worry about, something that doesn't mix with? He's like, well, don't go out and get wasted. I was like, okay, no antibiotics.
Come on, man. You can't
Come
take away
on.
the essentials.
Come on, doc. What do you think?
For
These are my pain meds, fucker.
real.
That's funny shit, man. What
It's
about you, dude?
awesome.
What have you been up to?
Oh, lots of golf.
Hell yeah.
My deadline for my real estate shit is coming up in July, so
That's
I need to get
exciting.
that done.
That's exciting.
A lot of just stupid, tedious memorization and stuff like that.
It's like some school shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to just memorize, be a good test taker.
Yeah, but
Hell
we'll
yeah.
get her.
That's awesome, dude. That's a big ass step. How much, if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
how much is it costing you to get the licensing?
So it varies based upon state and program and everything. So I did one that's a little bit above your minimum uh like class, you could say.
Right.
I get like special help. I can hop on Zoom meetings with professionals whenever I want and get extra coaching, and they kind of
No
walk you
shit.
through the after process and recommend brokerages and stuff like that. So mine was about $650.
It's only $650 though?
Yeah, so even that's not bad, right? But they have ones that are like bare minimum, and that's like 350 before.
Which is, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
$600 to set yourself up with a like an option in your back pocket, even if that's not something you want to do as a career,
I
that is
know
a
it.
great supplemental income to have to like fill in with your passions. That's what
No,
I've
it's
been looking for, trying to find a job that makes me enough money on like as minimum amount of work so that I can focus all my attention onto passions, shit like this podcast and pool.
that's awesome you say that, man. I've always preached that, you know.
Yeah,
Um, I've always said just make just enough money so that you can do what you're meant to do, you know?
exactly. I know we get caught in the rat race, I think a lot of us,
Yeah.
and social media doesn't help. You see old homie just got the new Benz and now it's like, oh shit, maybe I need a Benz.
Yeah.
Or you see somebody flexing or you see photos that are like ridiculous quality and you're like, wow, where did they
Yeah.
take this on? Damn, I need the new
Totally.
iPhone. It's shit like that. And so you're constantly up in the ante. Cars are coming out
Totally.
with new features every day. I just learned that cars have this feature now. You might have known about this. This is foreign to me. You put your cup in the cup holder, it's ventilated and it's heated. So
Oh,
you can
I've
either
never heard of that.
if you can keep your drink cold or you can keep it hot.
That's awesome, man.
It's
That's great for
fucking
like blue collar, bro. You
that's
could
what
put
I'm
your little can
saying.
of soup in there, heat it up.
A can of soup.
I'm serious though.
You're cooking ramen in the middle.
Serious. I got some homies that would dig that shit, bro. Um,
That's
but
how
no,
us
that's
Valley
it.
kids use those features.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out the boys.
God, that's awesome.
That's an interesting thing you bring up too, because I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I feel it's important not to idolize so hard
Yeah, I
and
agree. Don't compare yourself.
be so envious of celebrity life and stuff like that because it's all bullshit.
Nobody's life is what it looks like on social media.
No, not at all.
They're like playing a role. It's like you're walking onto a movie set. The movie's dope, but then you go to the movie set and you're like, God damn, it doesn't look
Yeah,
anything like the movie.
yeah,
Like, how'd you get the
and
movie out of this?
yeah,
You know?
I agree with the statement. Like, I'd rather be crying in a like you said a Benz than
Yeah.
crying in a Prius or whatever.
I'd rather just not be
You can say
crying
whatever
though.
you want. Yeah, yeah.
But
I
then if
do
it's like
agree
if
with
I have
that,
to be in
but
the Benz, but I have to cry, I'd
yeah,
rather just be in the Prius and be happy.
yeah. So I
You
do agree
know?
with that statement. I would rather be rich and have problems, but like people just get too wrapped up into it and it's all on purpose, obviously, but we don't have to
Right.
get into that. But yeah, most of the a shit ton of people with hundreds of millions of dollars off themselves every day, you know?
Yeah. It's
So,
because money doesn't buy happiness. And I mean,
nope.
people, it's like the old Daniel Tosh joke. It's like, well, have you ever been on a wave runner?
Yeah.
Because money
Yeah.
buys a wave runner, and I'd love to see a frown on a fucking wave runner.
hmm Totally.
um, but I think that's what makes people so sad. That's why you end up having these people that get to that level and then they just kill themselves because they realize what they were searching for was not that. They were
Yeah.
filling a hole with that. And then once that was filled and they had everything they needed or they could imagine, now that hole's still there. They're like, God damn it. Like, what did I do wrong? What
Yeah.
is missing still?
Yeah.
And it's because they forgot to live on the way to all that money.
Totally. Yeah. So like when I was younger, and I still have idols and stuff like that, but like I wanted to be Conor McGregor.
Fuck yeah.
I tried to copy his lifestyle,
I
you know.
remember.
I
Well, all
wanted
of
to
us
dress
did,
like
dude.
him and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all
And
pulling up looking fresh. We all bought like nice belts, nice shoes.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
And so now I really try and just be myself more rather than try and be a celebrity that I don't know. You know, I
Yes,
think that's important.
I think it is too. That's a great point, is just like being happy and like what your aesthetic and what your vibe is and not
Yeah.
trying to be anybody else. I think when you're young though, it's natural. I don't
Yeah,
think
well, of
you
course.
don't know what your thing is. So you're trying other people's things on. You're like trying different clothes on. You're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this fits pretty well."
Yeah.
But they're not your clothes, you know?
Right. Yep.
And then you find that one fucking outfit that you stick with for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yep. So speaking of idolization of big
Yeah.
celebrities, Doja Cat is in full swing of her initiation, I would say.
Oh, I think she's initiated. I think she just got her fucking stripes
Yeah.
now. I think she
Oh
got her
yeah.
first little badge.
And
Because, go
if
ahead.
you haven't seen, I'm sure most people have seen her big thing right now is how she's all demonic
Yep.
and satanic.
Super satanic.
And she actually did post about it and say, like, and they all say this, like, I didn't sell my soul. I'm just doing this because I'm riding the wave and shit like that. It's
I'm
like, all
trolling
right.
you.
Yeah.
I'm playing into the troll. It's like,
Right.
oh, okay. Like that's what I
So
would say too if I was, actually in the Illuminati and trying to keep that
yeah,
shit a secret.
yeah. So I think you specifically wanted to talk about her new alter ego, the Scarlet or
Yes.
Scarlet.
Well,
She
so
posted a picture of her completely covered in blood, like Scarlet Witch, the old movie,
yeah.
and
Yep.
it's pretty creepy stuff. So go ahead, Cam.
So before we get into it, I want to set the stage about just what the Scarlet Woman is, because the Scarlet Woman is more of like an archetype than a legitimate person, or I would
Yeah.
say maybe an entity. I
Yeah.
think the Scarlet Woman is a lot like people like Baal.
Mm.
They're an entity that these people can channel. And
Ah.
what I think that is happening, have you ever heard of fucking Jack Parsons? I'm
Uh-uh.
pretty sure that's his name. So Jack Parsons, he did the Babylon workings ritual out in the desert, and he took, I'm pretty sure it was Marjorie Cameron, and they went out into the desert and did these like satanic sex magic rituals, trying to invoke the goddess of Babylon, the Scarlet Witch.
Okay, this is ringing a bell.
And the
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch is the mother of the Antichrist.
Ah, okay.
So, and once you have an Antichrist, the end of the world's coming.
Right.
That's all they're trying to do, is they're trying to usher in the end of the world.
Yeah.
These dark art occultists is what they are essentially at the top, and that's who I think is in control of Hollywood, who's in control of the film industry and the music industry. They're
Yep.
all in bed with each other, and it's all these dark arts occultists who were, in large part influenced by Aleister Crowley and his
Oh,
teachings.
yeah.
And
Have
I
we
think
talked about him
Aleister,
before?
yeah, we've touched on him a couple
Okay,
times.
okay, good, good,
I
good,
can't.
good.
We haven't had like a whole episode about him. We talked about him a lot on the Dark Disney Magic episode. I think that was
Okay,
like
okay,
number 5 or something like that.
okay. Sorry, yeah, continue.
But yeah, so we've touched on Aleister Crowley a bit, but he was into the dark arts. He was I think he would call himself a ritual magician,
Yeah.
maybe, or a ceremonial magician. And essentially, he was with the Order of the Golden Dawn, and I'm pretty sure that's in Europe. And he took the teachings of the Golden Dawn and brought them over to America. And have you ever seen that Midnight Gospel episode
Yeah.
with the fish head
Yeah.
guy? The
You told me to watch it actually.
dude, you need to just honestly listen. The video is really cool too with the
Yeah.
Midnight Gospel. But if you just listen to the podcast, because it's a podcast that they did animation over. Um, and this guy, I think his name is Damien Eccles. He was one of the West Memphis Three. Have you ever heard of that case?
Uh-uh.
Dude, okay, so the Memphis Three were these 3 boys who um like sexually tortured and murdered these two, I think they were like 5-year-olds or 8-year-olds, like these two
Wow.
little kids, these three
Yeah.
like, just under teenagers, like preteens,
Yeah.
murdered these boys, like removed their genitalia. One of them was bled out, didn't have any blood in his body.
Wow.
Um and and they were all into this ritual magic, and so I think that was like their initiation. That's the other thing, is you have to have an initiation into these kind of things. And
Yeah.
usually it's like the darkest evil, because what they want you to do is to basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Like dishonor your God
Oh
in,
yeah.
in the in the biggest way possible. Like, okay, mutilate that innocent child. That's how you will speak to God in the strongest way. And like, and not speaking him in a good way. You're speaking it to him in the worst way possible.
Totally. It's all about mocking. They love to mock
Yep.
God, you know. It's all the
Yep.
all mocking tongue, you know.
Correct.
So yeah.
Correct. Um, And so where was I? Memphis Three. So
Yeah.
this guy Damien Eccles was one of those West Memphis Three, and it was really weird case because a lot of these celebrities kind of jumped on and showed support for the West Memphis Three. People like Johnny Depp, and oh, there was another one. There was another one, but either way, there's these like very occult players in Hollywood
Yeah.
pushing for innocence on these children who they got sentences and they were in jail for a long time, and then that dude Damien finally got out, and now he's like balls deep into this dark ritual magic.
Wow.
And so I think that was like his initiation ritual, and I think he's gonna start taking up the cowl here pretty soon. What was my fucking point with that guy?
Well, just the point in general is just you just kind of got off into explaining it and you did a great job. It's just talking about channeling and rituals and stuff for Scarlet Witch, you
Yes,
know?
yes. And so the Scarlet Witch is one of these archetypes that Aleister Crowley kind of coined, I think.
Yeah.
And in his book of the law, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
he lays it out. His religion or his order, it's Thelema, and it's this like magical new age ceremonial religion. It's weird, and there's a lot
Yeah.
about alchemy, a lot about sex magic,
Yep.
um, essentially just a bunch of like dark shit that gets like good consequences or bad consequences, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, something's happening with your actions and your intentions.
Yeah.
Um,
He's definitely like a kind of the godfather of ritualistic stuff and occultism in music too. A lot of musicians,
yeah,
attribute
yeah,
their success to him. It's crazy.
absolutely. Well, and it's because he brought that spark to America. That was my point with the talking about Damien Eccles, because in that podcast that he did with Duncan Trussell,
Yeah.
he talks about how Aleister Crowley, there's this spark that he considers to be, the magic or whatever, or the
Yeah.
current rather. It's like a
Yep.
current, like some electricity running through you. And he was saying that like you can't do the magic unless you have the current running through you, and you have to be past that current from somebody that has the current.
Makes
And
sense.
Aleister Crowley was the person that brought that current over to the United States and started giving it to people. And I think this is the current that the Knights Templar were holding on to.
Yeah.
Um, people like the Club of Rome and the Vatican now, they hold on to tight. They build big golden cities around this secret because they don't
Yeah.
want anybody to have it. Um, but essentially, they were just talking about how Aleister Crowley, he's the one who passed out all this ritual magic to anybody who had influence.
Yeah.
A lot of the people in Laurel Canyon was the recording studio where people's like Crosby, Stills, and Nash came from, the Beach Boys. There's like a ridiculous, the Doors, a shitload of people came out of the Laurel Canyon, and they all have this incredible influence
Yeah.
with, and especially the counterculture movement. But I think this was all from Aleister Crowley and his ideas.
Yeah. Well, like we've talked about before, it's no secret. It is proven fact that we are literally energy.
Yeah.
So if you can find a way to tap into energy, you can influence, and whether you want to call it magic or whatever you want to call it, it's very real.
Yes.
Um, you kind of reminded me of something really cool that I recently was watching. Do you know who Tyson Fury is?
Yeah, the
Heavyweight,
boxer.
yeah, the
Yeah.
boxer, heavyweight boxing, probably the greatest ever.
Yeah, he's the Gypsy King, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan. Been to a couple of his fights, but anyways,
Oh shit.
he
That's
fought
awesome.
Deontay Wilder three
Mm-hmm.
times, and um, they when you have big boxing matches like this, they do a series called Face to Face, where they get to sit down face to face with one man, one narrator, and talk to each other before they fight.
That's
For
cool.
real. And this just goes into, tapping into spirits to kind of influence you, alter egos, whatever you want to
Right.
call it. It's an awesome interview. My dad actually pointed it out to me. Deontay Wilder, his nickname is the Bronze Bomber. And
That's a cool
so,
nickname.
bronze, the significance of bronze in occultism and stuff, right?
Is that like the coagulation of different things coming together? I'm trying to remember.
No, it's because they would make Moloch and Baal and all those idols out
Oh,
of
out of
bronze.
bronze.
Yeah. And so
Motherfucker.
in their face to face, Deontay Wilder kind of slips out that when he fights, something comes over his body. And he says, like, I don't know if it's an alter ego or what, but something comes over me. And
Wow.
Tyson Fury calls him out. He's like, well, I don't, nothing comes over me when I fight. I get all my power from above. And
Mm.
I thought that was really cool. And in that face off, that face to face, Deontay Wilder says, like, word for word, he says, all right, well, we'll go my God against your God. And then in the
Which is
12th
as
round,
clear as day.
yeah, in the 12th round of their fight, Tyson Fury is winning the whole fight. And then Deontay Wilder knocks him down. And Tyson falls back like this, eyes rolled back in his head, just out. And then the count gets to like seven. And then he opens his eyes and he springs up. And so
Jesus.
it's
The
like something
Lord
out of a
shot something into his
movie.
heart.
Yeah, it's like something out of a movie, bro. Like something compelled him to stand back up.
Wow.
So I thought that was really cool. I think there's a little bit of realness to that. Like
I completely
Don't
agree.
don't allow shit to come over you and tap into powers like that because
Right.
you'll lose, bruh.
Correct. Correct. Well, and what I think also that is a great point. It just goes to show that if you don't accept the help from above, the help is gonna come from below.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You're not just in neutral playing ground. You're a fucking chess piece. And I'm trying to think of a good analogy for it. It's like, you know how in Madden, you've got all the characters and they got the circles under them?
yeah,
All the characters have circles under them. And if you don't have a power controlling you, you got an empty circle. So players can switch to you. And,
yeah.
you know, it's in God's book. He's not going to switch to you. You have to switch to him. It's part of
Right,
it. And so I
right.
think when you leaving yourself open like that, and I'm not even necessarily an incredibly religious person, but that's how I've understood it,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
And whether you want to call it God or spirit or whatever your word for it is, it's the same thing.
yeah.
But if you're not letting that into your heart, the darkness is going to find a way in.
So, I already forgot the name of who you said, but the guy who went out and tried to do rituals and invoke the
Oh,
spirit of
yeah, Jack
Babylon.
Parsons.
So what came of that? Do you know?
Um, yeah, so I'm pretty sure I need to refresh my memory. So
Yeah,
I
go
know
ahead.
he went out and the ritual was called the Babylon working ritual.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure what they succeeded in doing was creating the fucking Scarlet Woman
Wow.
because um ever since then there's been these different female characters in our music industry and our movie industry
Yeah.
that are excuse me that are almost these like super hyper sexualized um like icons of female energy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And essentially that's like what all the Scarlet Woman is she's the goddess of Babylon and she provides the womb for the Antichrist or the evil god
Yeah.
on this planet. You know, she gives flesh to that. And yeah, I want to say the first one was Marjorie Cameron and it all
Yeah.
started with her. Um did I say Jack Parsons? It's John Parsons. Sorry,
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah.
It's the
Whatever.
same fucking name.
Pretty much.
Seriously. So yeah, that's all they were trying to do is just essentially they wanted to invoke that spirit into her body, and I'm pretty sure they succeeded.
Yeah.
And what they've done now is they harness this energy, and it's just like you were saying with these alter egos, they
Yeah.
store this Scarlet Woman energy in these people,
Yeah.
and then they use it for performances to hypnotize people. That's what they're doing with these shows, essentially. That's what I think it is.
Well,
I think
like so many musicians do it, bro. Like who is it? Is it Beyonce or Rihanna who has their alter
Rihanna,
ego? And it's
both. So
what's the
there's
name?
Sasha Fierce is
Sasha
Beyonce.
Fierce, that's the one. Yeah.
Yep,
And it's creepy, dude, when you
it's
watch the
fucking
videos on
creepy.
stage and they go and talk about it and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm Sasha there." And they're like all crazy into it.
Well, and her eyes get different. Like she looks
Yeah.
different. Something comes
Yeah.
over her. But and they all do it. That's the thing. Like Rihanna does the same shit. She just did the Super Bowl halftime show,
Yeah.
and she was dressed in all red. The whole time she's doing these creepy fucking like hand signals. There was one time where the camera cuts away, and so it's you don't actually see her. It's like showing backup dancers, but
Yeah.
like somebody else got a picture of it, and she's like doing this shit,
Of course.
and
Yeah.
like I don't know. They just throw up these hand signs, and it's like for any other person, and then you hear us talking about it, and you're like, "Oh, come on, dude, it's just hand signs." It's hand
Right.
I'm like, I don't do this. What
Yeah.
is this?
And why does every single one of them do it? All the
All of them.
biggest
Why'd they all
ones.
do the same hand
All of
signal?
them. I
Because it,
promise you right now, you name me an artist, I can find you a picture of them
yeah,
doing that or doing this or doing this or
I'll show it to yes,
the
all of
triple
them. All of
six.
them have the eye.
Yeah. Oh, the eye. This one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
All of them.
every single one. It's
Yep.
because that's your call sign to the club.
Yep.
Because they don't talk about it. You don't talk about Fight Club. That's the first rule. And so
Right.
you got to give little call signs to your crew members.
Yep.
And that's what they do with those kind of fucking things, man.
Yep.
Um, yeah, what I'm finding here too. So also the Babylon working ritual, part of it entails they were trying, you know what a homunculus is? You ever
Uh-uh.
heard that word? So Frankenstein was a homunculus.
Huge
And
monkey.
No, an inanimate object. You fucking huge monkey. Jesus. No, it's like an empty vessel made of material that you breathe life into.
Okay.
Um, and you can make them with clay. It's an alchemical idea.
Okay.
This basically like a golem that you can put life into. They talk
Okay.
about golems a lot in ancient like Hebrew and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, what was I? Oh, so during the atomic testing at I think it was called the Trinity site, which is where they did the first nuclear test. Jack Parsons was there, and they had this big metal like enclosure. It was like this big
Yeah.
enclosure, and a lot of people theorized that he was trying to use the force from the nuclear blast to invoke a spirit into a homunculus inside this big metal chamber. He called it Jumbo.
Wow.
That was the name of the container, was Jumbo.
That's incredible.
But that was part of the Babylon
what's
working.
the other word for that? Like an object that can carry spirits and stuff like that.
Maybe talisman, but that's more for like enchantments or
Yeah.
energy. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Homunculus is the only word I know for it, but I just learned that word recently. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but either way, it's compelling stuff. And a lot of people, they'll be like, "Well, come on, you don't believe in that shit, do you?"
Right.
And I'm like, "Well, I mean, not necessarily, but they do, and that's what matters. Like they're still doing this evil shit, whether or not it works. They're doing fucked up shit." Most often with children. That was like a big thing that Aleister Crowley and Jack Parsons all got in trouble with, was like dark sex magic with kids and shit.
Of course. Yep.
It was like theorized that Aleister Crowley and his order had murdered a local baby when he was stationed. I think he was somewhere in like Italy. And then the like mayor of the town or like whoever owns the shit was like, dude, you gotta leave. Like you can't be here doing your creepy shit and babies are going missing. Like you gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But so nonetheless, I think they created the Scarlet Woman, this, this womb essentially for the Antichrist. And I think it's also this lustful, hypnotizing energy that the Scarlet Woman embraces. Because I do find they target these smoke shows. Like Doja Cat was way bad back when she was in her fucking cow print.
Right.
Dude, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
She's always been bad from the start.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think they pick these women on purpose because they understand the kind of draw they can have and the kind of influence they have. I think they're using them now that our whole country's kind of been co-opted by these dark arts occultists as well as these hidden hand 3-letter agencies. I think they're using the Scarlet Woman as a sex kitten for CIA operations.
Oh yeah.
That's what I think's going on. But I don't know. It's so hard because it's all speculation. You can never know for sure.
And, of course.
Yeah, we're just throwing noodles at the wall, hoping they stick, man.
I was trying to look for the name of what I was thinking of, but yeah, scary shit, man.
Scary indeed.
Just a woman covered in blood.
Well, and that's the other thing. You look at all this like imagery that she has. Like, did you see when she was at the Scapolo or Scapilla?
Yeah.
Gala,
that
whatever
fashion thing. Yeah, the Met Gala.
She's like her head's shaved, or she's got like a bald cap on, and she's covered in little red rhinestones.
Yep.
All over her body, literally every part of her, and she's painted red.
Yep.
With the rhinestones over her. She looks creepy to me.
Yeah.
She looks fucking terrifying. Looks like some nightmare shit.
Oh yeah.
But upon looking into it a little bit more, it's just Scarlet Woman.
Yeah.
Symbolism. That's all it is. They're showing it to you. They're giving it to you. Like, here, that's her. See?
Can't even name you one single Doja Cat song.
I just know the new one that came out because I've been researching her all day, and it's Attention. And the video is creepy. I watched the video, and there's like this. She's like walking through a street while she's doing the whole song. Like she's like walking, and people are walking past her, and like a lot of these people like have like weird faces, and like their faces are like turned and twisted. Like, have you ever seen Vanilla Sky?
Yeah.
You know what his face looks like in that shit, where it's like it's a monster face.
Ugh.
And that's what all the faces in this video looked like. And it just is terrifying. It's
No
terrifying.
thanks.
Shit
Yeah.
creeps me out pretty good. And I don't know. I don't understand it. They say it's all just for the troll and it's all for aesthetics, but every rapper, every artist, every singer, all of them have this progression. Once they're in the club, it's like this dark art shit, dark
Yeah.
occultism, dark symbolism, weird outfits at places. Did you see
Yep.
where she dressed up as like a cat?
Yeah.
And she like literally looked like a cat. Her like lip was all tucked weird. Shit was creepy. Freaked me out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with her. Honestly, it freaks me out because you can see she's on the path, and it seems like her physical form's been deteriorating. The hair is coming off.
Yeah.
Like she looks rough. She's got the fucking panda eyes. Bless you.
Keep sneezing.
And
Yeah.
for people that don't know, the panda eyes is something you get when you experience rectal trauma,
Yep.
and you get these dark tags under your eyes that won't go
Yep.
away. Yeah, you guys
That's a
can look.
big, yeah, it's a
You
big
guys
part
can
of it
look
all.
into that. But they traumatize these people, and what I think it is, it's MK Ultra. They perfected MK Ultra, and now they have a fucking rule book, step-by-step list. It's as easy as a closing list at a restaurant. It's like these are the steps you take in order. That person will be controllable,
Yep.
you know? And I think that's what they're doing with all these people. They, invoke an incredible amount of trauma on them, which then causes a split in their personality. And then
Yeah.
once you have that dissociation, once you have that split, you can start using them,
Yeah.
you know? I think they're all assets at the top, you know. And some aren't. Some claim that they aren't,
Yeah.
One for sure that really I can't put my thumb on because the symbolism is so satanic, but the vibe is so much different than that is Tech Nine.
Oh, okay.
I cannot figure out if he is bought and paid for or if he's really just out here running and gunning and
Right.
using that kind of symbolism against the people that he knows is using the symbolism. He's like,
I know
oh,
it sucks.
he's like,
It's
oh,
a,
it works for you. Well, it's going to work for me too then.
I know it sucks. It's a game because there are good people out there,
Yeah.
like for example, like Logic.
Yeah.
He's always been super against the system, against
Logic is
the
so sick.
mainstream bullshit.
Yeah. And I love
And
that. I love when rappers are against the push that the mainstream has for control on the
yeah,
people in the music industry. It's important. Less people have that nowadays, it seems.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
everybody
And
just wants a deal.
I mean, he was on the crazy huge come up. And then as soon as he started rapping about like, I'll never sell my soul, like fuck the Illuminati, all
Yep,
that shit
yep,
in his music, you
yep.
don't see Logic songs anywhere.
No, they pulled the fucking plug on boy. They're like,
Oh
whoa,
yeah.
what did you say? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Turned his volume down.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, it just makes it difficult because you want your favorite artist to not be in it, but
Yeah,
chances are
they
probably they
are.
are.
100%.
You know, like for instance, I just went and saw Bones in
Yeah,
concert, and I don't know, for people that don't know Bones, I didn't know Bones until like a couple months ago, but he's the
yeah,
shit. I think
yeah,
he paved the way for a lot of these artists, like, and it might have been right around the same time, but he was like right in the first bit of it. But people like Suicide Boys and Lil Peep
yep,
and like all this like sad boy, dark trap type shit,
yeah,
um, kind of laid the stage for that, for them to do their own thing, not have to sign on to a label, paved the way. And I just thought that was cool. But and he raps about like being healthy. He's got a whole song about how, all the food in our country is giving you cancer and there's studies about it. And you can read it, but you won't because you're too busy eating your burgers and drinking your Coke.
yeah,
And I just think that's sick. Like he's got songs like that talking. He's like flexing how he's always drinking juice, and he's like, and I'm not talking medicine. Like I peel fruit. Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And so I don't know. It just makes it difficult because it seems in order to get to the top in that kind of a way, you have to start rubbing shoulders with people who really run shit.
Yep,
That are really at the top and who get to say yes or say no.
100%.
And you want that nod from them. You
Yep.
don't want them to fucking look down and you got to go in the back room now, you know?
Right. Totally,
Oh,
man.
it's exciting to see. I don't know what's going to happen here soon
Yeah.
because she is in full swing. Like she's going on the Scarlet tour. Back to Doja Cat
Yeah.
now. She just did a post today about, I'm pretty sure it was this morning. Let me pull it up so I'm not speaking out of school here. But yeah, it was 11 hours ago she released the little like picture for the Scarlet tour. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard with the light.
There you go. Yeah.
But and then before that she's had all this like blood imagery. The
Yep.
blood emoji has been on every single one of her posts.
Yep.
Um and then she's had a bunch of Saturn fucking symbolism.
Yeah.
And folks that don't know,
We talked about that a lot.
yeah, I'm big into the Saturn worship, and I think it's the black cube of Saturn. It's this death cult who is
Yeah.
continuing to run things. They're the same people. Like, the Saturn worship essentially is like it's Molochian sacrifice worship
Yeah.
because that's what they do. I think that's where it all stems from. Yeah, there's this other one. Like, dude, look at this. Let's see if I can block the light a little bit. It's not working, but do you kind of see the like V?
Oh yeah.
It's like, so that what that looks like to me is she's covered in blood, the scarlet, and then there's the V for the womb. It's like they're
Yeah.
telling you in plain symbolism
Yep.
because they can't tell you in English. English is a magical language, and if you say things out loud too often, they tend to manifest.
Right.
That's why they call it spelling.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Yep.
she's got all sorts of bats and blood and Saturn and skulls. And it's like this whole new vibe that it's like, if it was just like out of nowhere, it might be coincidental. But the fact that it checks every fucking box for these elite death cult Molochian sacrificers,
Yep.
it fits all the boxes for these people. You can't tell me that's a coincidence. She's just in the
No.
club now, and we're
Yep.
privy to it. They think we're fucking stupid. We're not
Yep.
stupid anymore. We're waking up.
That's a badass koozie. What is that koozie?
Dude, it's
Oh
dude,
shit.
it's Jim Carrey. Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome. The back of it makes it look like a paper bag.
I know, isn't that sick?
I love that. It's like when you have a 40
Yeah, exactly.
with the paper bag
Exactly.
on
It's
it.
at the back. Yeah, I love that. But yeah, speaking of Jim Carrey, there's some theories that I don't like because I love Jim Carrey.
I know, right? It
He's
sucks. I
he
love
is
when he gets on
definitely one
Jimmy
of my
Kimmel
idols.
and he just blows it open. You seen
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, is that the one where he's talking about like Santa and coming down the chimney and your spinal fluid going down your spine and
I think that's part of it, yeah. But
Jesus
he
was 33 and you have 33 vertebrae and the whole story of Jesus is
yeah.
the your sacral fluid going down to the bottom. It's what Kundalini's all about. Because Kundalini means coiled serpent.
Yeah.
And once your Kundalini energy is activated with this unused sexual energy, that's why like celibacy is
Yeah.
huge among like really ordained people. You
Yeah.
can't be wasting your nut, dude. Your nut is powerful. You need it in.
Right. Totally. No,
um,
yeah, that's definitely a part of the one I'm talking about. But he
yeah.
walks out on the set and he goes, well, today I'm here to just blow it all open. We're all part of a secret organization that runs the world. You're part of it, Jimmy Kimmel. And he just keeps doing this. With all mocking tongue and shit.
Dude, he was mocking it
It's on
though.
YouTube.
See, I know I've seen it. I've
Yeah.
seen it. He was see, and that's where we get into the weeds with it because I mean, if it was real, why would they talk about it so openly and mock it like that? But also, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm so lost in the weeds, and I think that's on purpose. They don't want you to know if you're coming or going
Exactly.
because if you're
Yeah.
confused, what can you do? What kind of progress are you going to make while you're confused?
Totally.
But yeah, that made me sad when finding out. So apparently, the theory is that Jim Carrey took over as head of the Church of Satan in LA after Martin Scorsese passed on.
Yeah.
Scorsese like passed it to Jim Carrey. But it's just so interesting. I don't understand it. Because he seems like in all the other facets, in the way that he talks, it seems like he's good.
Right.
And almost seems like he's against the club.
Right. Totally.
It doesn't make any sense. Which
Well,
gives people that are deniers of these conspiracies ammo for us. It's
yeah,
like, well, what about this?
yeah,
Why would the funny SNL guy go on Kimmel and talk about it then if
yeah.
it's real? And it's like, well,
Right.
I don't know. Like, I don't know why they're doing that. Like, I'm
Well, it's
just as
probably a good
confused as you
chance
are.
that a lot of them have been swayed into the club.
I agree.
How they do, they really are sneaky with getting you to those parties and taking you to the back rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're already fucked. So then they try and like throw shit out there for us.
Mm. Yeah, and I guess part
I
of
don't
it
know.
also it's for karmic, like according to their beliefs, they're on a karmic cycle and they need to tell you what they're doing before they do it because then
Yep.
they're absolved
Yep.
of whatever they do. They're like, dude, we told you. We
Yeah,
told you what it was going to be. Why didn't you do
exactly.
anything? It's like, all right, well, it's backwards logic for me. I'll
Yep.
tell you that much.
Yep.
um, yeah, it's just interesting. It makes it hard to watch and enjoy movies or anything like that.
I know.
Listen to music. And of course, I'm still going to watch and enjoy, but the whole time, the little conspiracy guy in my brain is like banging on the walls, like, dude, they're evil.
I know. I think we've said it before. Like once you kind of wake up to this type of stuff, it like ruins life.
Yeah. Well, it's like that analogy in the fucking Matrix where the guy's
Yeah.
sitting there eating steak with the agent and
Yeah.
he's like, oh, God, I miss steak. It's like, I miss steak, man.
Yeah.
I miss just being able to enjoy a movie, not have any symbolism pop out to me,
Yeah.
not have any actor in there that I know is evil.
Yep.
It's, I don't know, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I
Right.
certainly wouldn't take the blue pill and go back to sleep.
Right. 100%.
Red pill all the way, baby.
For sure.
I love it. I love it. Well, dude, that's all I had about Doja Cat. Just
Yeah.
wanted to get it out there. Tell the
I think
people.
this was a good one. I think it's short and sweet and pretty organic. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's important. I don't want to
yeah.
try and structure these too much. I'll tell the people we've gotten some like comments and messages and whatnot about like not coming too informed. And it's like, dude, I'm not a YouTube top 10 information list about this particular subject. It's like you're here to listen to me and Avery's take on what's going on.
Right. Yeah, exactly. This is stuff that I've heard and that I'm
Correct.
reiterating.
Yep.
A lot of it that I believe in, maybe some of it that I'm skeptical on, but do your own research. We're not informists,
Yeah, well,
you know?
I'm not here to give you the facts. Okay, you need to go do your own research.
Yeah.
I can
But
barely get the people's names right. You just
yeah,
got to
me
start
too.
learning because once you start getting different pieces of the puzzle and you put it together and you build this little piece of the puzzle and this little piece and this little piece, and then you start getting
Yeah.
other pieces and you're like, oh, these pieces connect.
Yeah.
Whoa. And then the picture starts getting huge.
Dude, yeah, I'm horrible with that stuff. Every time I go golfing and get paired up with someone, I shake their hand, they tell me their name, and by hole three, I forgot their name.
Yep.
You know, I'm
I
awful
know.
at it.
It's like I have a fucking. Have you ever seen that meme where it's the printer right into the paper shredder?
Yeah, yes.
That's what happens in my brain when
Just
you tell me your name.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
All right, big
happens.
dog. What are you doing for the rest of the night?
Dude, I'm just gonna be kicking it, I think. I need to let this leg heal up. I'm gonna probably
Yeah.
lay down, put some ice on. Here, I'll show the chat. Maybe the chat wants to see my nasty leg.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get it up there.
Yeah, that's good.
Folks, that's the one.
I have a big old bruise and everything,
Dude,
bro.
I think it got me twice. So it got me right here, up here first, and
Yeah.
then it repositioned and then bit in real good.
Yeah, it
This one's deep.
had to re-get its grip.
Yeah, buddy.
Fuck that dog.
Fuck that dog. It's on sight when I see that dog next, dude. And I'm rolling deep with the boys.
You ain't delivering there again. You just
No,
throwing that package.
God, no. God, for real. I'll put that shit on the roof. Have
Yeah.
fun. Find your package, dude.
For real.
Oh, I love it. I love it. What about you, man? You fucking have a little party time this evening?
A little party time. First I gotta go
Hell
run
yeah.
some errands and stuff. But yeah. Girlfriend and roommate's birthday this weekend. So
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
yeah,
Hey, extend my birthday wishes to them.
I got
Pretty
you.
please. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, have a beer for me, brother.
I got you.
Yeah. Folks, thank you for listening.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify. Give us 5 stars on Spotify. That helps the algorithm incredibly. And
Absolutely.
also feel like I'm beating a dead horse, ladies and gentlemen, but we got stickers for you. I make the stickers. I hand make them. I slave in the kitchen for hours, and nobody eats my fucking stickers. Yeah. You see, they're sick. They're dope. You can slap them anywhere. Perfect size. Not too big, not too small. Yeah, go join the Patreon. I'll be sending out stickers monthly, and I'm still getting the hang of the Patreon game. So eventually, I'm sure we'll probably have some, what's the name for it? Like exclusive content.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
for
I'd love
now,
to do that.
yeah, for now, we're just trying to get the podcast out and get that craft honed in. But ladies and gentlemen, there's steps to this shit.
Yep.
And the next step is you need to go follow the Patreon.
Yep.
All right. I
All
love
right.
it. This
Thanks,
is a good one.
everybody.
Hell yeah.
Thanks,
Peace
Cam.
out. Later,
Peace,
brother.
bro.